Hello everyone and welcome back. It has been such a long time since I have sat and actually done a face-to-face video like this. As you'll have seen, I've just been really doing some travel stuff. You know, things have been busy. You might notice that I'm actually in a different room setup compared to the other few that you've seen me before. But that's because I have moved house. I bought a house with Graham and we've just been getting that already, but I thought I'd just sit down and do a quick video about stuff to do in January, really, because with buying a new house I've had to obviously think about how we're going to decorate it, but there was a few things that I had seen on Pinterest that I absolutely loved the idea of. So for once I actually got my bottom in gear and thought I'm actually going to do these for once rather than just say, oh, wouldn't that be nice. So I've got two things to show you that I've done, and I've popped these up on Instagram story, so if you follow me on there that you will have seen, and I've had a few comments back on a couple of them. So I just thought I'd sit down and talk you through how I did them and whether, you know, just in case you want to do them in the future, because they're quite cool and funky ideas. So the first one that I have got is a pin board, or a cork board if that's how you want to refer to it. But yeah, a lot of people have these and they're quite generic and things like that, but I had seen one on Pinterest that actually uses wine corks, or, you know, Prosecco corks or things like that from bottles, and I thought, wouldn't that be quite cool and funky? But the problem is you need so much of them. So I have been saving up like for a whole year almost, but then I have done quite a big one, as you will see. So you don't need to do as big a one as this, but I did one with just a frame that I had in the house, that basically the picture in it was too big, so I thought, right, well, rather than get a new frame, I'm just going to, you know, use that for my cork board. So you will see here I've got, it's quite big, but basically I've just collected all my corks, and then the easiest way to do this one is just to cut all your corks in half, because then you don't need as many. And then basically just get a hot glue gun. I actually borrowed one from Graham's sister Chloe, because I didn't have one to hand, but they're really not that expensive. You can get them from like Hobbycraft and things. And basically it is just as simple as, once you've cut them up, pop them on and lay them all out first, because I did that with all of these so that I knew that they would fit, and then hot glue gun the back of them and worked my way round and set them. So you can do different patterns and things. I ended up having quite a few of these long thin ones essentially, which I've done all the way around the edges, and then I've put all like Prosecco and champagne corks in the middle, and then it's just going to be hung up in the kitchen, and we're going to put like memos on it and things. But I just thought it was quite a cool and funky thing, and it's always a conversation starter as well, because people were like, did you actually drink all those? And no, I didn't drink them all. I had help from friends and family, and then a lovely restaurant in Crete actually let me take, they had a big bowl and they let me take like loads. So those are like quite a few of these ones and stuff. Depending on the frame that you've got, we've obviously got one from IKEA. It's just a ribba frame, and it already came with a hook wire on the back. So we've just popped like a nail into the wall, or you can use like a picture hook and stuff, and just hang that up. So obviously you can do it different ways. So you have it either landscape or portrait. I glued them all down first before thinking about that, so I was stuck with it being portrait, but actually that works out absolutely fine. So that is my first January craft, if you happen to have loads of corks lying about from the new year. So on to my second craft that I've done. So basically we got a table, a couple of chairs and a bench from IKEA, but we struggled to really find cushions to fit on the bench as much. You can obviously get like seat cushions and stuff from everywhere, even IKEA, like Dunelm and things like that, but we couldn't find a bench cushion that fitted, and we wanted people to be comfy and stuff. So again, on Pinterest I had seen other people making their own bench cushions, so I thought, do you know what, why not? Looked at what I needed, and it is literally just foam, fabric obviously, and then things to stick the fabric together. So I'm going to run you through this, because I also put this one up on Instagram stories and people seem to be really surprised and impressed. So like I'll just talk you through that one. I will show you my finished cushion first, and then I'll go through everything that we needed. So this is one of my finished cushions, because I've got two this size and then obviously the long bench one, but that would have been just too big to fit. This is our seat cushion to fit on one of our chairs. and the fabric that we've chosen is obviously just like kind of a light blue, black and white pattern. But basically I went and got fabric from IKEA because we looked around, because obviously you can get fabric from different places, and this one just goes with our kitchen kind of colour scheme and what we like. So yeah, this one's just from IKEA, and you can go and cut your own measurements and stuff. So it's actually really easy, and it was quite cheap. I think our one that we picked was like £3.20 a metre, and we got way too much. So I've actually got enough to do a seat cushion again, or at least 2 seat cushions. And then we just went to Dunelm for foam. You can obviously go to places like Hobbycraft and all that, but we saw foam in Dunelm that fitted the sizes that we needed, just with a bit of chopping up and things. So this is just my leftover foam that I have. It's actually, we could do another bench cushion, and basically we just marked out what we needed with the foam and the sizes and stuff. And then what you'll need to stick it together is, we decided we were going to do all Velcro, but then we also got some like hemming strips as well, that you would use for like clothes and like trousers and things, just to see. And then what we actually ended up doing was doing mostly hemming with a bit of Velcro, because we found it worked quite well. So what you'll need, so we just got these from Dunelm when we were getting the foam, because it worked out just as cheap to get it from Dunelm as it did anywhere else. But basically we just got like hemming strips, you'll see there, and that went in between our fabric basically, and we like ironed that down. So the iron has to be quite hot, and that should stick it together. And then we just got hook and loop tape, as it's called, not Velcro, from Dunelm as well, and it comes in 2 separate parts. So obviously one side to stick together and one side that, so you just basically measure out what you need, and then yeah, it works absolutely fine. So we have got our Velcro just here. So yeah, we just Velcroed basically like 2 strips there, just on the corner, and then the other folds are just with that hem and stuff, because we found that it stuck down quite well. It just depends really how you fold your fabric and how flat you can get it for the hemming to work. And then we ended up with our really comfy seat cushions essentially. So that is my January craft Pinterest guide, I guess. But yeah, if you've got any questions about either the cork board or the cushions, just leave a comment and I will get back to you if I can. Like I say, I'm not usually very crafty, so if you're a complete beginner, don't worry, like these are really easy. I had never really done that much before, and just you know, kind of went for it in a sense, and they turned out alright. So they must be pretty straightforward. So I will see you next time, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next time. Bye!